Okay, so, I'm doing this video here for all my friends and family back in Florida. I just want you guys to know as you're about to go through something that the state has never seen, or at least not in a really long time, for sure. But just wanted everybody to know that my thoughts and prayers will be with you guys, and, mainly just doing this here just to help people with some last minute preparedness, anything that they may or may not be thinking about. Obviously make sure that you have water, batteries, radio, that kind of thing. So some things that I've come across that a lot of people these days don't have radios, to be able to get update weather. If you have an Android phone, there's an app for your phone that can use the internal FM antenna of the phone as a radio. If you don't have just a household battery operated radio anyway, if you do, then obviously that's great. That way you can listen to local news updates and figure out exactly what's going on. But here's the other thing. Just telling everybody, obviously charge your phones the night before and make sure that you have full juice on them. If you have a battery pack, one of the little juice pack type things that you have to charge phones, make sure it's fully charged as well. But when you lose cellular signal, which is extremely likely, make sure that you put your phone at that point, once it's no longer able to connect to a tower, make sure that you put it in iPhones, we call it airplane mode. I don't know what it is for the Android operating system, but basically it's going to shut off all the cellular modem inside the phone to where it's not always searching for a tower somewhere, because what will happen is when it keeps searching, just like when you're in an airplane, it's never going to find a tower, and it's going to run your battery down extremely quickly. It will die at a breakneck speed. So make sure that you turn all the cellular functions of the phone off to where it's basically just like a tablet or an iPod at that point. And you can obviously try to put it back in cellular mode every so often to check and see if there's towers back up, but don't leave it in there. Okay, so we got that, the radio. Also, don't forget that all your cars have radios if you don't have one. If your car's inside a garage, you could go out there and turn the radio up really loud and make sure you turn all the ignition circuits and everything off on your car to where it's just the auxiliary that's playing. Just turn it up, and then just stay fairly close to the door to where you can hear what's going on. If this is last ditch effort to get some kind of radio signal in. So just something that I thought that maybe people weren't thinking of. Obviously, best case scenario would be just a portable radio with batteries. Second best, your phone. Thirdly, if you have to use your car radio. All right, so we got the radio out of the way. Oh, if any of you own a set of the walkie-talkies, like you take camping or hiking or anything like that, that are FM bands, there's like 14 channels, there will be people on those, I would imagine, after this thing blows over. If you need help or anything like that, I would imagine you would be able to find other people on those frequencies through those radios, and they generally speaking have like a 5-mile range or something like that. So if you have a set of those, make sure that you get out those walkie-talkies. Water. I know the big thing about the water, if you found bottled water, that's great. If you didn't, you can use just any kind of Kool-Aid pitcher, a jug, anything that you may have in your kitchen that you normally cook with, bowls, large bowls, whatever, and just fill them with water from your tap before the storm gets there. That way at least you have some storage of water depending upon what you have. As far as for water, flushing the toilets and whatnot, line your bathtub with some kind of plastic bags, plastic shower curtain, something like that, and then fill it completely up to where you have water to wash hands, flush toilets, that kind of thing. Last little trick that actually somebody else told me about was, if you have Ziploc bags, like the big kind, well, any size really, but take Ziploc bags and about 3/4 the way full with water and put them in your freezer. Do this now. Get it started now to where they have time to get good and frozen. And then as dual purpose, what will happen as the power goes out or whatever, then the ice that's in your freezer, it will help keep any perishables in there you can use as like ice packs. And then as the water starts to melt, then you have little drinking baggies. You can just pour it straight out of the bag into a glass or whatever, and then there you go, and you have some water to use then at that point. On the last little thing, obviously generator safety. If you have a generator, I think most people know better than to not run it in your garage. But if you're new to generator ownership, and I realize that everybody's stressed out right now, maybe not thinking things, you don't want to run it in any kind of enclosed in area. You want it to be outside if possible. Typically speaking, depending on the size of your generator, like I have a 4,000 kW kilowatt generator, it burns about a half a gallon per every hour. So if you have 5 gallons of gas, then you're going to have about 10 hours of operation with your generator, depending upon how big the generator is. If it's a larger generator, a 6,500 kW, something like that, it's going to use more, like toward a gallon an hour. So you just need to factor that in your fuel usage. This is not something that you want to just like let run. Again, I'm speaking to people who might be new to owning a generator. If you've already had a generator and you've taken it camping and you know exactly how long you can run it on a tank or whatever, then that's different. I'm just talking about for people who maybe just got a generator and never had one before. Typically speaking, they're going to burn at least half a gallon per every hour of running, at least. And then if it's a bigger generator, more than that, just depending upon how much load it's under, how many things that you're having to use it to power. If it's powering a fridge and a window air unit and a box fan and all this kind of stuff, then it's going to drink it faster. The more load that you put it under. So anything outside of that is I guess you just kind of have to figure it out. If you still have some supplies and things that you're needing, again, I am not down there, obviously, but some last minute places, if they're still open, like I was telling some of my family, like Tractor Supply may have gas cans, batteries, flashlights, things like that. Dollar Tree, your Family Dollar, Dollar General. I know everybody, the first place they go is Walmart, and Walmart's done, but a lot of these other smaller little places may still have a few of the things that you need, if they're even going to be open tomorrow. And of course, obviously, that I don't know. But so, not trying to provide some insight and thought from somebody who's far away and is safe at this point and not about to face what you're going through, but yet has been through some hurricanes to know, whether it's about, obviously, anybody knows me, knows that I've lived in Florida most of my life, so I've been through some hurricanes and tropical storms and whatnot, and I know that we in Florida, we become kind of hurricane numb. You become numb to it, but this is a different beast altogether. This is going to be nothing like you've ever experienced before, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope that I am wrong, but just all things point to this. As a friend of mine said earlier, we're talking about this storm's moving so slow, it's going to take almost a day for it to move up there, and there's just not too many houses that can withstand 100-mile-plus-hour winds for 6 to 8 hours continuously. So that's what makes this so just ridiculously bad. So anyway, I love all you guys, and I will be thinking and praying for you, and just everybody stay safe as you possibly can be.